is the birth of hip-hop and its evolution into gangster rap and other genres. Every country and region, to states and cities, have developed their own style of the art form. But for this story, I'm going to take you down to Louisiana. Now, I know the first cities that come to mind when you think of Louisiana are New Orleans and Baton Rouge, and rightfully so. There's been some great music and rap artists that have come from those cities. No, for this story, I'm going to bring you right in the middle of those two cities, to a small, bustling parish that has become a melting pot that has always had its own style and pulse throughout the communities. Ascension Parish. There's a lot of great music produced right in the parish, but only the older inhabitants know that it's always been like so. It originally had its own styles throughout the parish, with a few groups to have big movements and catch on and catch fire. In order to know where you're going, then you have to know where you come from. So, in essence, this is a history lesson of rap music in Ascension Parish. And to kick it off, we have to start in Downsonville, Louisiana, with a group of guys that came together from the Port Barrel and Back of Town areas known as
Federation Boy.
The Federation Boy.
You don't know me, nigga. I'm from Downsonville.
When I was out, man, look, this is your boy, Philly Boy HK, you hear me?
Laying up on the ground, from busting that bitches who thought that they could fuck around. From Port Barrel at the Back of Town, that drama get drafted. Stress them niggas like
The year I heard of them was probably like 94, 95.
Shit, man, my first time hearing about the Federation Boys, shit, I was like 14 years old, bro. So it was like 99.
I remember them boys. That was right around what? That should have been what? Around my freshman year of high school?
We put this together like in 99. Group of friends, you know, we all came together. Louis, Eggman, CBI, Free Big Corey, PJ, and rest in peace Joe.
Their style was mostly like, I say they had a lot of New Orleans influence, but at the same time they was creating a new type of little song for what I would call our area, you know what I'm saying, our parish.
I say they style, you know, it was just real gangster, you know what I'm saying? You know, back then in those times, Limit was the thing that was popping and Cash Money and shit.
Raw came down in 98. See, he was a part of the project too, so long story short, when that didn't fall through, you know, some of the Federal boys decided to end up leaving and, you know, one caught a charge. When Raw came along, you know what I'm saying, you know, picked up with the Federal boys and was a Federal boy ever since then.
The first song everybody gonna really relate to is that You Don't Know Me, I'm from Downsonville.
I remember that song.
Shit, I was locked up in the juvenile detention center in St. James. Had a guard from Downsonville named Big D. Shit, one day he let us out in the day room and put the CD player on. And all you heard,
Yeah, like it had an impact on all of us.
I'm like, who that is? You know what I'm saying? Big D like, yeah, man, that's my homeboy, you know what I'm saying?
They would recreate in these little circles, you know what I'm saying? Recreate the shit and put their own hood in there.
I like, man, they from around here. That was my first time ever hearing, you know, a rapper from around the area, you know what I'm saying?
It was like, you know, I'm gonna say unique. I'm gonna say unique because, you know, we always wrote what we felt. Whether it was in a good way or in a bad way. You know, our music always came from the heart, so our style was just real. You know, we weren't getting on the track, lying about, you know, doing all this hustling and all this, you know, killing and shit, you know. You know, we was actually saying something if you go back and listen to the lyrics.
And that bit sounded like professional for, you know, what we was listening to at the time.
Oh, man, you know, usual hood shit. You know, dudes hustling, beefing, you know, running to the women, you know what I'm saying? You know, typical hood shit. You heard me? But it was kind of hot down there because he used to have that Super Sunday. Only through the, like, 99 and 2000. So that's when some real song, was at its prime, and it was burning up the streets. So, yeah, the street was on fire around that time now. But, back then we didn't have no internet, so we did a lot of footwork. Network. Who stood out? I'm gonna say when it came to the voice wise, I gotta give it to my dog Sleep. When you hear his voice, it kind of puts you on a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they was loving it. You know what I mean? They was loving it because we were putting on for them. You know what I'm saying? We was putting on for them. Because you got to keep in mind, back then you didn't really have too many rappers. You know what I'm saying? So, and we felt like superstars off of the Townsendville song because, you had the surrounding areas, they were on it too.
Yeah, the Federation boys started a movement. For the first time, we saw that people we've known all our lives try to make a push in the rap game. It was only a sign of things to come. Now, for the next part of the story, we have to travel up to Prairieville off 929 to a group of youngsters called
The Billboard.
The Billboard.
Roy Rogers area.
The Billboards, you know what I'm talking about?
Those all them guys from over there.
After the football jamboree on 35 McDonald's, from P-Ville to D-Ville, one town of fucking guys.
Billboards had to been late 90s. I don't know a specific year.
By the 98 era.
Man, I had to be like 14 or 15, up in high school.
We came about, it was me,
Tiger.
And G1.
my dog, Brian Maxon, known as Soulja Boy, the first Soulja Boy. You heard me?
Lil Buck, the Ville Boys had like young, energetic. It was hype, and around that time, all the neighborhoods was popping around the parish.
The same thing that's going on in every hood. A whole lot of it, should I say.
Around that time, there were a whole lot of high school parties. We busting shit up.
Who stood out in the Ville Boys?
But I had to say Mike Brown.
Michael Brown was probably one of the youngest producers out there. You like Baby Kanye and his generation.
He was doing mostly all the beats and engineering.
The crazy part, it was two people. To me,
Buck kind of stood out to me.
it was Lil Buck.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but I was doing a little bit more moving around than everybody else, so I kind of stood out.
And then you had Buck that was just this really super cold lyricist, which not taken away from Black either. Black was a super dope lyricist too, and G1. But Buck had a voice that was kind of really distinguished. Before niggas really knew what swag was, he was the first nigga to really bring swag to the mic on some shit.
And Soulja Boy, a.k.a. B-Max, B.K.A. B-Spittin'.
But B-Spittin' also stood out.
And they really stood out to me because, like, when it came to making a song, bro, honestly, like, that was the two people, they always had their shit organized.
Billboards making it hazardous to come outside. Busting heads, ducking feds, committing homicide. And 99, that's where you find me, low and I for my beat.
When I first heard I never forget, I was, I want to say we was headed to a football game, riding 4, 5 deep like we used to always ride back then. The song come on, from P-Ville to D-Ville, got time to fucking guys.
They was fucking with us, but you know how it go.
Fuck my outlaw niggas, it ain't too hard to fuck find us after the football jamboree on 30 by McDonald's.
They grabbed us. They wanted us to go all the way.
I'm like, man, shit, these niggas from around here. Now, that was my first time ever hearing somebody from around my way. Young niggas, you know what I'm saying, on some hype shit.
I think it was like, more or less, like, niggas didn't see what they had. You feel me? Like, niggas really didn't see what they had.
Me, myself, I had motor experience. Like I say, I was doing a little bit more moving around than everybody else. Like, I was from hood to hood, city to city.
Key moments, performances with Mr. Magic. He not here no more. You feel me? Like, that was a key moment in my life. And we done that with the children of John Hyride Williams, who is no longer here no more. Like, this is people who really believed in my career before I even thought about rapping.
Billboards did their thing. All that school knew rapping that bitch, you know what I'm saying?
But tight. He's tough.
they believed in me.
I ain't begging when a nigga people chasing, bet you one thing.
Those Ville boys came with some young energy for the parish. After the high school football games back in the days, you was sure to hear them slapping out of somebody's trunk. But for the next part of the story, we got a tip on down to Gaza and Buzzroom, a thick rap clique that went by the name
The Savage Boys.
Savage boy.
Savage boy.
Savage boy.
Jig, get yourself some orange juice and about 5 sticks of gum chew. But you bet not chew too hard, cause you gon' bite your.
Savage boys was different, man. They had a lot of niggas in that bitch.
Sure was. Roy, Big Jason.
Short Savage, Low G.
I think Gion was rapping. Seth was rapping.
Man, there was a lot of them niggas. Them niggas was deep. To be honest, we all family.
All of us are blood kin.
They style was pure Ascension Parish.
I want to say club, street, sort of grimy type. Like, you know, you couldn't miss them.
You know, gangster gutter, grimy type shit. You know what I'm saying? That was the Savage Boy.
They had their own swag. They was like the guys in the Bone Thugs. You know, they just first whole clique playing braids and that baggy style and the real gritty in the street lyrics.
The Savage Boy, we started back in, I think it had to be like 97, 98. I'm not really sure exactly, but it wasn't always the Savage Boy. 225, Run Over Click, man, we had so many different names. Started off in the fucking closet.
I joined the group, I want to say, in 9/11 happened in 2001. I was a Savage Boy by 2002. I just moved back down from BR or whatever.
So one day we out there by, rest in peace, Bug. We out there by Bug and Tugaroo and Buzzaroo. And Lil Ricky had brought me back down. Rest in peace, Lil Ricky. Lil Ricky was like, look, see them niggas over there? Them niggas right there? Yeah. Them niggas that doing their shit. The truck lady man there pulled up on me in the blue E-clips, and he was like, nigga, get in the car. We got in the car, we went to the studio, it was over with after that.
Around that time, shit, they had a lot going on.
Shit, you guys trying to run it?
Man, Ascension Parish was really starting to boom. Gonzalez at the time, I mean, it's hot shit because you got so many niggas that's bringing that smoke, and everybody good, you know what I'm saying?
The hottest thing we had going on around that time was Tiger. That was one of the hottest clubs that we had in Ascension Parish at the time when we first started. And I ain't gonna lie, Tiger showed love. If you wanted to get your music played, they showed love. They definitely played the music around the club.
They had a club up in Gaza on Carnival, Tigers, like those, I just used to go retarded, like really every day out the week, Monday through Monday, you could have went to Tigers and it was up.
They were like one of the first ones I really see like really promoting themselves, you know what I'm saying? Cause like I remember the music center, like they had some big thing at the music center where they really were like promoting, like they were really making moves, like, you know what I'm saying?
One of the most effective ways that I think we promoted our music and got our music out to the public was we did a whole lot of groundwork. I mean, we went on a door-to-door campaign. You know what I'm saying? Our mindset was, if we gotta go to every door in America to get them to hear this shit, then that's what we gonna do.
Really had to grind. You know, it's easier for people to promote this shit today because, you know, you got YouTube, Twitter, all that shit. We ain't had none of that shit coming up like it was hard to even do a video back in the days when we first started. We promoted shit, going to these clubs, going to spots, man. We ain't never been in a day in our fucking life trying to just, man, passing out flyers and shit like that.
We still had the music center in Gonzalez. And so we was distributing and packaging all our own music right there off of Old Reach Right. By the school, they had a little distribution center right there. We was getting our shit packaged and wrapped right there, but we had our shit in the store right there on Airline by Walmart, the music center. We had our shit in there on commission. I guarantee you every Friday when we went to go bring that commission check, when we went to go pick up that commission check, we had to drop off another fucking 30 and 40 CDs.
The Savage Boys was the first group to really be kind of like organized, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, them niggas would go out, them niggas would have a show, And you'll see them niggas, you know, everybody got on the same shirt and shit, you know what I'm saying? The Savage Boy shirts and shit, the Alien t-shirts.
We was Voltron. I mean, anytime you see 15 niggas with the same shirt on, you know something going on.
That's what stood out to me. Them niggas were always deep. They were like the deepest local clique that I knew.
Hey man, that's fresh though. That's a player shit.
Deep.
Man, the parish showed love, to be honest. The parish really showed love, man. We had, like I said, if you look at our first videos, man, you could tell we had a lot of love because damn near everybody in that shit.
Man, they gravitated toward us. They really showed us a lot of love. They really rolled the red carpet out for us.
Like as far as stand out wise, I think what Big E, when he came to the group, he made his mark. He stood out.
I think Roy really surprised me on most of the songs he was on. He really surprised me. So I had to say Roy.
You need to stop all that baggage, boy. I'm from guys when you ain't heard I be a savage, boy.
I'ma say Roy. the wild bitch Roy.
I also have to say Roy, man. Truck used to be coming. Like Truck did his thing.
Truck, this nigga is animated. He gonna similes and metaphor you to death.
I think Big E was the one that stood out. Aaron Moses, shout out to my brother, the whole Savage Boys, you know, that's family.
Aaron Moses, he stood out to me.
If you take all of that they had the gumbo, when they put Big E with the group, I just brought the shrimps and the crabs, but they already had the gumbo there already, you know what I'm saying?
The Parish was fucking with the Savage Boys, like, you know what I'm saying? When they came through, you know, they gave a good show. And like I said, it was organized, you know what I'm saying? I think, and they was the first ones, I say, from the Parish that really kind of like was pushing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I remember they took a trip all to New York, you know what I'm saying? Promoting their music and stuff.
Man, I remember this one time. It's funny, we was in New York, bro. Man, first time. I'd have been out of town plenty of time, but that was the first time ever going as us. Them niggas just smoked their ass off. I ain't smoked weed and shit. Some niggas just had the room burnt out. I'm talking about smoke every fucking way. So me and Beaster, we ain't smoke, so we like, man, fuck this, bro. So we caught Bread lagging one night. We had went got a bottle of Hennessy. Bread, he liked to let his shit marinate in a fucking cup of ice and shit. We had a fucking little kit. Had some Aslack in that bitch. We took fucking Aslack and put in Bread drink. Next day up with that bitch talking about, man, my fucking stomach hurt. Must be the ice cream I ate last night.
And shit, I'll never forget, man had a party, it had a show, a big old show up in St. Gabriel, Tigers too. It had a show, the Savage Boys performed, Mound Boys. Man, it was just so much, it was just so deep up in there. I remember we were so deep and it was so much commotion and shit. You know, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying?
There was a wall that was up, that wall was down. And then after that, we just kept coming together, dropping bangers. And that shit was just amazing, bro. That was amazing to share that platform, you know, because it opened up the door for us to really be able to work with each other in the near and far future.
The Savage Boys was something. They was the first to really make a push towards getting the deal. Next, we're gonna take a gangster walk across the tracks to Bishop Woods to a group of young trendsetters called
The Block Choppers.
The Block Chop Mafia.
The Block Chop Mafia.
Block Chopper Mafia, BCM.
That was mostly the Bishop Woods guys.
Mutt, Chopper 1.
Then they had Chopper 1, Chopper 2.
Man, it had so many different choppers. Chopper 1, Chopper 2, 3, 4, 10. They had all kind of choppers.
They just kind of grew over time. You know, first they added a little buck, and then next thing you know, it was like 50-something choppers.
TJ had the club Tigers off Cornerview right around here. And I did a show in there one night, and Baseball and Mutt was at the bar, checking the nigga out, you know, and noticed the talent. And after the club, you know, we used to just do shit, still be bucked up and crunked up. I was at a gas station, and they confronted me, and we kind of went from there.
I would have to say BCM was the height of the Ascension Parish music movement, and at their time and they reign, the most influential group in Ascension Parish.
Listen, these niggas was like, woo! Niggas was a lot like me. Every time we dropped a motherfucking song, you wait about 2 or 3 days, and these niggas got another motherfucking bang. I'm like, fuck!
They had the most consecutive hits and the biggest cult following in the parish.
The Black Choppers, they came with a different style. Like, everybody had their own little style.
BCM style, honestly, a lot of people like to say they brought a movement in. And what BCM brought in was the authentic jigger movement.
Them pills had hit, and shit went crazy.
Like, what was going on, and everybody knew what was going on.
And that just was a time when I don't know how to explain it. That's when the pills had touched Ascension Parish, and shit.
I don't think I heard a Jigger City song until I heard BCM. You know what I'm saying? Black Chopper Mafia was the first people I ever heard talk about jigging.
I think the Black Choppers came with just a whole different originality. Like, them niggas had their own language.
BCM had their own language, and it was like, shit, I can't remember too many words from the language, but you know, we used to go fed, and I just like nobody knew what we was talking about but us, you know, like function, junction, and different shit, and like you just would have had to been around in that era. We had our own language.
Like, these niggas' style was like eccentric. You know what I'm saying? Like eccentric, like flamboyant, like.
Man, the parish love fucking BCM. I ain't lying. Them niggas, when they came, shit, they came with it. They wasn't coming to play. I remember shit when they did that fucking song, man, that fucking God Caution, bro. I remember telling them, I said, man, them niggas got a motherfucking song. We gotta come with it, dog. Them niggas, hey.
God caution. God caution. You hear that? The boy Jones walking. Lord's ma walking. Lord's the hard punch. You hear that?
Oh, they fucked with us. We had, it was like choppers. We had choppers, not guns. We had chopper, Black Chopper Mafia. Everything from chopper 1 to chopper 100. And every number had a chopper. Even if you wasn't a part of BCM and you just fucked with us, you had a number.
God caution, large mind walking on the hard function.
You would see Chopper 1 and Chopper 2, and you would see Chopper 10, and you'd be wondering, like, goddamn, how is you Chopper 10? It was something that the parish they wasn't ready to grab shit.
Everybody and their mama was chopper somebody. Chopper 10, chopper 11, chopper 12.
It was a bunch of them. They was deep as a motherfucker.
Chopper C-No. You know, like they were so original. You know, they had the t-shirts with the BCF, and they swag was just completely different and out of the wall.
My favorite out of them really wasn't no favorite, so I fuck with all of them. But I think I like the Chopper 1.
This nigga Chopper 1 was saying shit. I didn't even know niggas had that type of vocabulary. Similes and metaphors.
Chopper 1, like, he used to have like a style, like, you know, he used to be like, okay, yeah, and then he used to be talking some crazy, like, you know, ain't no way that I'd be scared, cause I got weight in my drawers.
They all stood out because they all had a different vocal range and pitch, and they were all lyricists.
Man, everybody loved them. Even if you hated a certain person, you still loved them. You hear me?
Like Mookie, like when you listen to their songs and stuff, and listen to and went to one of their shows and shit, and how they presented themselves, like you knew Mutt was like the head of the group.
And their music was just off the chain. It was so original, so new, so fresh. And when they started fucking with heavy, their quality and beats was so good that couldn't nobody really keep up with them or their movement at the time.
I think around that time, like Buck had them found himself, and he had them really just. I think I have to say, like, Buck really kind of stood out though.
I feel like if that type of shit was to come back right now, like, yeah, it would go somewhere. And them niggas done they motherfucking thing.
Now them niggas was different. How the fuck you come up with a whole language? That's some original shit. Now, we're gonna take a ride to the heart of Gonzales, Chinatown. Check out some young wildcats that everyone knew as
the China Boys.
China Boys.
The China Boys.
Motherfucking China Boys. As y'all niggas eat potato salad.
This a whole different monster. Cause these niggas is real street niggas.
Smoke, and more smoke.
CT3.
And a little hustle.
They fighting.
CT for
They doing music.
China Boy.
Niggas cutting hair.
Yo, the product of their environment. happened, you know?
All right, the China Boys got started, man. This was up in 2003.
Me, Hollow Tip,
my cousin AD, One Way, Risha.
Who else it was? Just the whole Chinatown, man.
They style was basically, you know, is hood style.
Man,
They brought a more grittier type of sound.
Southern. A party for sure.
And how it got started, man, well, I think it started actually from niggas making diss songs, bro. I think a nigga had made a diss song.
Niggas dropping disses. My little brother Tip just like, fuck it.
My cousin AD, you know, he was like, man, fuck that, man, let's go in there. Yo, man, Swamp Dogg was, you know, everybody, you know, was going to Swamp to record. You know, he didn't give a fuck. He was recording in the trailer on Corner View.
We started one day, nigga, I think we made that first China Boy CD in 4 days.
Well, China Third Folk and Bishop had a movement, because around that time, that was when Darryl and Herville and Convent joined forces and was beefing with Gonzalez and Gosmo. So our thing on this end was China Third Folk and Bishop, and we would all join forces to keep the numbers even, to keep the wars going and keep the beats going, real street shit, you know what I'm saying?
With the China Boys, you already knew it. They gonna be fighting tonight. They gonna fuck somebody up more than likely.
with the China Boys, anywhere they go is up. You know what I'm saying? It is whatever. However, whenever, you know?
You know, Swamp, you know, he was going from hood to hood, you know what I'm saying? You could record your shit at Swamp, and you know, he gonna slang that bitch.
DJ Swamp Dogg. Yeah, Swamp really had a lot to do with that shit. Swamp really ain't give a fuck. As long as you was making music, you was recording and putting that shit out.
And so, boom, we went over there to Swamp, you know, dropped I think the first one we dropped was About Whatever. Like every day, you know what I'm saying? Like in the span of like 2-3 days, we had been recorded the whole little album. You heard the whole little CD.
They rapping, but at the same time, they with it.
I just really remember playing that, hearing everybody around the city listening to that China Boys every day, all day.
Like I said, it was deep to us, you know, so many different people, but I like that nigga Cat, he stood out to me a little bit more because I ain't expect it from him.
I mean, when Big Cat came with that nigga, life fucked up, nigga, life's a bitch.
If life was a nigga, I'd kill that bitch. Nigga, life fucked up, nigga.
I was like, okay, this nigga, yeah, stupid.
Honestly, niggas stood out on certain songs. It was like, Cat would give you a hook.
Life fucked up, nigga, life's a bitch. Cat was on the hook.
But then this nigga come give you a fucking verse that you ain't never heard in your mother, man.
Shit, all of them was raw, but Holotip he stood out.
Holotip was the biggest lyricist in the China Boys.
I showed the Parish, like, you know, I could keep a beat, you know, so I could stay on the beat. AD stood out. Straight Lace stood out.
Can't forget about Straight Lace, because Straight Lace had this old wild, unbelievable style and punchlines too, so I would have to give it the Tip and Straight Lace. But as far as just being gritty street ass niggas, the China Boys held it down with that, because everybody in the China Boys, those boys catching drive-bys and popping people and shit like that.
Hey man, the shit get stupid, for real.
Back then, you know, at the time, you know, the jiggelators had to hit the Parish so hard, the whole Parish was small as a golf ball, jigging the pieces, you understand? Going to the studio full of them TTs and, you know.
I remember one night up in fucking Outback, they had a little show. What's that nigga name from New York, Mr. Chinks or some shit like that? He was there. I had just did a fucking song with the China Boys. The niggas like, say man, fuck that. We gotta do that song. We did together. I think, matter of fact, Cat paid them niggas to let us perform that bit. B-Tip, Cat, High Boy, man, it's a few of us on that bitch. I just remember that night when we performed that bitch, when it came to my verse, Big Cat motherfucker ass picked me up and put me on his fucking shoulder there. The crowd went crazy as a motherfucker though.
We was out of our chalupa at the time.
It was more than music with us on this side.
So you know the anthem. You know I gotta go to the anthem. China, Bird, Folk, and that Bishop nigga.
Yeah.
The hardest shit they dropped, I gotta say, was All of Some Time.
Yeah, but that was beautiful.
All of Some Time and stay on my mind. You heard me?
You can't deny the real deal.
I got chills all over my chest, nigga. See when them niggas drop that bitch?
How can you deny people who really live the life that they talking about? That was the Parish reaction.
Bro, just some youngsters having fun. Well, we're gonna double back to Gaza and visit our rounds from the 73 off the mound. And of course, they be called...
Yeah, the Mound Boys.
Mound Boys?
Mound Boys.
The Mound Boys.
Off the mound and got him by the blue house.
Back in my mind, that boy, they're off the mound. The Parish can't hold him down. Ask the bitch what I'm about. Threes up, hoes down.
Man, they got Goon, Frog, Pig, you know, all them family.
They was on some hustling / head busting type shit.
Keep in mind, on a mass scale at this time, from 2003 to 2005, fucking Lil Jon got all that fucking gangsta ass shit that he dropping. You turn right around and the fucking Mound Boys make that fucking go beat a nigga up in the club music.
See, I had just came home from jail. I remember one night, like, I'm on my grizzly. Had about 20 cars pull up in my yard. Buy that bumper music. They own music. I know Bishop Woods, they had the Black Choppers.
Lizard nigga, Frog.
Buzzaroo, they had ENT.
You know, Frog a OG, so he like, you know.
Yeah, the China Boys, you know.
He a real street nigga and a hustler. Rapping ain't his thing, but, you know.
My section, the only one who ain't had nobody like rapping like, you know.
My mama had put me out the house, and I was living at the Blue House, and I used to always get this CD with beats from Chopper One, and I'm playing the beats and writing to it. And Frog, you know, picked up a notebook one day and went to writing to it, and then Frog was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm about to go pay Swamp some money and we're gonna record this.
Z-Rag came over there with like a little hook called Rough and Rugged. It was like, his voice really ain't matched the hook, so I'm like, man, let me sing the hook.
See when them niggas did that motherfucker, let's get rough, let's get rugged, nigga.
Rough and Rugged was one of the beats on the CD from Chopper One, and that's how the Mound Boys started, from that single, Rough and Rugged. Zebra met us at the studio, and Dime Blocker met us at the studio, and then boom, it just went from there.
So that really was like the beginning of me starting to rap.
I never knew that nigga had it in him like that, though. I already know Goon, you know what I'm saying? That nigga, he go.
I was like, I don't know what we're gonna do. If I get a big check, take some of my check, and bust it down and bring these niggas in.
Dudes who were rapping with me, they didn't expect us to be rapping. Then the stuff, like how we were coming, it's like people was feeling it. I know we had like a little fan base, but I'm so tore up. I'm thinking everybody the feds. It was 500 degrees. The feds was picking everybody up.
The pill movement was the crack epidemic amongst the younger generation. From 12 to 21 at that time, no, from 12 to 31 at that time. Motherfuckers was real life pill heads, and pills was a way of life. Motherfuckers was popping jiggers and rubbing on their chests.
Well, you know, I had to say with the Mound Boys, Frog stood out because it was his charisma. He was a charismatic person.
I don't really consider myself a rapper. I just be talking noise, you know?
Rapping ain't his thing, but, you know, you could expect him to get on a beat and...
Everybody in the streets know Lizard, you know what I'm saying? So, for that reason, that's why he really stood out.
And Greg the Goon, this nigga here, dog, this nigga is like... No kizzy. This nigga is like the Dr. Dre of Ascension Parish.
Lizard, he was more, you know, he was a street nigga, you know what I'm saying? But Greg the Goon was the lyricist.
This nigga do beats. This nigga engineer. He's a producer. He knock niggas out. This nigga do everything.
The Mound Boys was one of the groups that was fortunate to really be under Swamp umbrella. So the Mound Boys CD happened to actually be in the music center.
The key moment I remember with the Mound Boys was going to Gulfport, Mississippi, man, for Black Beach. We had a show out there with the Mound Boys, and they was fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? That was my first time ever, performing out of Louisiana.
You put your music on a burnt CD and you just start letting it flow. Everybody who you see get one, and then if your shit was really jamming really hard, people just started burning your shit and passing it to the next people.
Performing at the little club Tigers. Yeah, one time like Jamboree, do like a little concert, you know what I'm saying? And they really put it out there, that little concert, because everybody got to listen. Cause like, yeah, Boo party going on that same night, but the little show we had really sold out. So that really spoke for itself.
The fight at Tigers too, because I ain't gonna say we necessarily cheated, but we made a song called the Rough and Rugged Remix, and it had pretty much everybody from China, 3rd, 4th, and Bishop, on the song, or just a lot of people on it. And there was a competition at Tigers 2, which was Grease Man's after, but at the time it was Tigers 2. And we blew the roof off the place, made everybody mad with us, everybody wanted to fight with us.
We showed our ass and a lot of niggas couldn't stand it. And, a lot of stuff took place that night.
So there was tension between the Mound and Buzzaroo. We had a big ass fight in front of the club with the cats from St. Gabriel. That was really memorable.
At this point, it's so much pressure in Ascension Parish for spot number 1. It's like, we gonna have to hire these niggas. We gonna have to hire them. That's all we can do. We gonna have to hire them because we can't really beat them and they can't really beat us. So all we can do is either kill each other or work with each other.
We took what we had and turned it into something major because it's formed Rough and Rugged Entertainment.
And we took, the route that was best for everybody.
Now, this next rap group came with a banger that was sure to start some stuff when it came on in the party. We're gonna creep back on over to D-Ville where some young cats from back of town and uptown came together to form.
Do it big.
Crime fam, do it big.
Do it big.
Do it big entertainment.
We trying to make a band. If you want beef, hell,
Draper was one of the artists.
Land from the land.
Double D, Draco, Detroit, really Land from the Land.
They really had that New Orleans kind of bounce with their southern swag.
I'ma say all us had an influence from New Orleans. The influence came from New Orleans bounce type shit.
Oh man, it just got amplified 10 times, worse than what it was when we was out, because as the years go by, the streets change.
Me, Law, Draper, and Fat was super close back in them days, and Lock It Up. They had a movement almost as big as the Choppers.
Lock It Up was that bitch. That was pressure.
But Lock It Up was classic too.
Lock It Up, they was fucking with it. Shit, I was in that bitch. A couple places I went, and when you mentioned Downsonville, besides the Fetty Boys and some more shit that was going on, shout out to them boys who were doing their thing back then. But yeah, Lock It Up was ringing.
Yeah, it was popping. It was playing. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody who put something out in the parish, I think the parish really played it.
Basically, any group in Ascension Parish at that time, man, it just had a different sound. Nobody sounded the same. It wasn't like how it is now. Draper got a distinguished voice. His rap was like his voice.
Gotta give it to them.
Land from the land is the man.
I mean, because voice, the uniqueness of the voice. He remind me of Skip when he rap, Skip from UPT. You know what I mean? Skip always laughing, so he kind of got a style like that. So for me, that would kind of make him stand out. Not taking nothing away from the rest of them, you know what I'm saying? Because all of them was cool.
Do it big. I'ma say every time you're in the club, prepare yourself. You really gotta prepare yourself because, yeah, shit can go left or right.
Oh, they was loving it, though. They was fucking with it hard, you know? They was fucking with doing big tough.
Hey, niggas about to get beat up or the night about to go good. Everybody about to love what just happened.
I ain't no hoe, I'm about sending you to Nico.
off before the club closed. Yeah, I see you chicken.
Yeah, Do It Big had everybody liking it up in the parties and in the clubs. Now, for this next rap label, we're gonna dip back on over the corner view and Gosman, where some young guys came together from Chinatown, Gosman, and Baton Rouge to form.
That motherfucking Rough and Rugged, dog.
That was Rough and Rugged.
Rough and Rugged.
See that rough and rugged shit, man.
What's up? I be clean as a what's up? Clean as a what's up? I be clean as a what's up?
Yeah, Lil Buck and Holla Tip.
My nigga Low Key, and you know, rest in peace, Low Key, my brother. Wood, Soldier.
And we had Set It Boo and Delvin was with us for a little while.
We all a part of Rough and Rugged. Cause when they came out, my nigga, like, that was one of the few movements in Ascension Parish, my nigga, that everybody was with.
That Rough and Rugged movement was just completely different. Like, Rough and Rugged really became an army.
Once Tip moved over, shit, the whole Chinatown moved over, was on the ride. So, shit, everybody, bro.
I ain't lying. Yeah, Rough and Rugged, they made noise when they came through here.
Rough and Rugged got started, it was like the beginning of 05. Wood had wanted to fuck with the music, so Big Cat must have told him, man, shit, you need to go holler at Lil Tip.
I became a part of Rough and Rugged through Low Key. You know, I always knew Wood, and when he came at me, it was like, you know, I looked it up to him, you know what I'm saying? So it like, you know, my big brother, so.
I never forget, I'm up in the hood one day, and Wood pull up on me with a white boy. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, man, look, check it out, man, look, I'm about to start fucking with the music. You know what I'm saying? Look, we got beat machines, woo. Man, I'm like, well, shit, fuck it.
I was doing my own thing out by myself, fuck, I was a street nigga, so I knew that nigga was a mastermind, so he kept some shit going, so I was like, yeah, I'ma fuck with that.
They style was, honestly, real gangster music, man.
Yo, shout out to Rough and Rugged. Little real street, little brother coming with gutter music.
You gotta realize, you got Holla Tip, he's from Chinatown. You got Lil Buck, he's from Prairieville, but Lil Buck had been right.
When Buck and Tip really got together and linked up, I ain't lying. It was something to see.
Like, it had a real cult following. Rough and Rugged started in Gosman and Gonzales, and then went to Mississippi and other states.
I had recorded a CD at the Bluff Road studio. That's where we met Low Key. Not too long after that, Low Key was like, man, look, if you gonna. Low Key had already knew Buck.
That's how I came part of Rough and Rugged through Low Key, cause me and Low Key used to fuck around for years on Goddell. Always fucked with him. Shout out to Black and Last Line when they were doing their thing. Zell, all them niggas.
Lil Key told Wood, like, man, look, bro, if you get me and if you get Buck together, man, we can make some shit happen. They called us to his house one day. He was like, man, look, woo. I was like, man, shit, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how me and Buck had started doing our thing, you know what I'm saying? And we had dropped that Rough and Rugged.
This was a different era. Niggas was hustling, trying to get it in. When I think of them times, I think of like fucking what they had, MySpace had touched then. We was fucking with MySpace, they had fucking church phones then.
Fucking with me, get punished like I do these beats. Cut that ass out the frame, leave you wide open.
MySpace was popping. And so shit, you know, that's how we used to promote our music at the time, through MySpace. You know, we used to get out and sell, you know, press CDs and get out and slang them bitches and, you know, put them in the music center and shit.
At this time, they got the best quality of music, period. The amount of videos that they put is blanket coverage.
They had that look. You know, when you pass by, like I said earlier, you see that bus. They got the nice studio. So everybody wanted to be around. Everybody wanted to be a part of it because just, you know, by the look they had.
They got, yeah, the attention. They got the attention.
I remember one time, Holla Tip had called me, like they was doing the video down there by the studio. And it's like, y'all, Holla Tip now, like, they was on the whole, they was doing movies and everything, you know what I'm saying? So when I pull up down there, I see an 18-wheeler with buku white folks in there.
I think they did a show with CeeLo, I can remember, in Lake Charles. It was just different.
I remember we did a show, bro. Man, we went to Atlanta, It was a club up in College Park, man. I think the name of it was like Throwbacks or something like that. So boom, me and Buck, we go up in there, we do our thing. Next thing you know, shit, they coming, you know, motherfuckers coming, you know, ask us for autographs and shit. So I was like, man, what? That's how it's going out here?
When I first got my chain, cause you know you wasn't shit without that chain. P and them had the tank. Cash Money had their Cash Money emblems or medallions or what you want to call it. You know, like when I first got my chain, I was like, yeah, I'm finally really in here.
These niggas, like we had chains, we had our Savage Boy chains, we had our SB chains, don't get me wrong. You seen that motherfucking, with the SB in that bitch. These niggas, when these niggas popped up, these niggas had big ass, fucking Louisiana Saint medallion, nigga, that bitch saying rough and rugged.
As far as Holla Tip and Buck, everything they had was a hit. Holla Tip first album, which was actually the introduction to Rough and Rugged, is filled with so many classic hits.
But the subject matter, the way these niggas is rapping, the way they delivering the shit, and the songs, bruh, listen, all you could do is either congratulate them niggas or just tell them niggas, yeah, we hate us and we don't like y'all.
All of them had a different style. Like I said, Buck, he versatile. He gonna give it to you in so many different ways.
That nigga Lil Buck got a song, They Wanna See Me With My Head Down, but I ain't there. Nigga, that nigga started that bitch off. That nigga say, nigga, you better get yours. Fuck what the people say. You heard me? You riding that drop top?
I have to say, I get to the older days, Big City movement, and I think that was just different.
Holla Tip, he had that street. You know, you listen to his music, he was on street level type of music.
See when they dropped that motherfucking game and that nigga say, nigga, ain't no faking in me. Nigga call the police. Oh, you woke up for me.
And Soulja, he was more like I call it pain music. If you listen to some of the shit Soulja listened to, it's Soulja made. But all of them had their different styles. But when they put it together, they made hits.
Rough and Rugged showed us that the dream wasn't far from reach. We were getting closer. Now, for this next group, some youngsters from Gonzales and Gosler areas had teamed up for a movement called
The fucking 90 Babies.
With the 90 Babies.
You gotta be talking about them babies.
That was the rise of the youngins with an S. That was when, you know, I felt like young niggas was like, it was their turn. You know what I mean? The torch was being passed.
The 90s Babies literally is the embodied single individual group that consists holistically of the Savage Boys, the China Boys, Rough and Rugged, the Mound Boys, and Block Choppers. That's what you got when you got to the 90s Babies.
That's the spread it. Past was a motherfucker. That's just, the past was on it.
Bull stood out. Young Bulldog. Rest in peace, Young Bulldog, my little brother.
Me and Bulldog got a long history, like, with a lot of artists from Ascension Parish.
She had a couple of years younger, but dude was like the head honcho, so you gotta put it all on him. So that's what Bulldog.
All of them had their different styles, but Bulldog stood out the most. You know what I'm saying? Just because of his voice, and he really did his shit.
With Bulldog, bro, it was something different because he had the momentum. He had the old people and the young people. You feel me? Like, that's one of the people I really had my faith in.
Everywhere that we went wrong, everything that we did right, they had a blueprint. And with social media, we didn't have social media growing up. These little niggas had already started blowing. And it was no secret that we knew that they was gonna blow.
Ascension Parish had an original song with different styles through its evolution. Today, there's plenty of artists from the area, many of whom are very good. Now, all of the stars that we watch and adore all have beginnings that started in some space or another. And those stars all got to their statuses with the help of their communities and cities where they're from. When asked if they thought the people of Ascension Parish supported their local artists, this was their responses.
Man, support these days?
Yes and no.
Not like they're supposed to. Not like they're supposed to.
I think the locals support them to a certain extent.
They support them when they're around them.
I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think the people of Ascension Parish support their local artists.
They don't get the support that they need, bro. They don't get the support that they need.
I don't think the locals actually support each other like they did during the days of that China Third Four movement, when everybody was original and had to be together, and we all kind of looked to each other for support.
It got so much be going on, bro. I'm gonna say it like this. If the youngest that we got now that's in the game, if they had half of what we had when we was in the game, they probably would have made it.
It's more or less, when I see you, I'm with you. If I don't see you, what the fuck are you doing?
They'll show love after it blow up. But not like you're supposed to, because you got something that love and you got something that need.
I think they kind of do support, and then at the same time, they kind of don't.
Like, I think they support them to a certain extent, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but they don't really support, like, I don't know.
See, Ascension Parish is full of cliques. Like, that's how it's going right now. Everybody got all these rappers, but it's like cliques. And their clique might not mess with their clique. You know what I'm saying? So instead of supporting, they're gonna hate on them.
Cause it's like Ascension Parish have shit that all outskirt cities come in and be involved with it. Like everything from the Jamboree to the Christmas parade to anything, if it's put out there right and you got the right avenues to put it together, you do it right, then, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people fuck with it.
Support hard to get these days, so I'm just keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like they praying against you. Everybody like they just going different ways, but I think if these guys now, if they had the support that we had back in the days, they definitely would make noise. And that's just my opinion.
And as a result, they turn to violence. Because these young dudes are talented. But because I feel like the parish is not coming behind them, acknowledging their talent, it's putting them young boys in a spot where they gotta say, y'all ain't gotta listen to us rap, but y'all gonna listen to us bust these guns.
Now it's more of a every man for himself type of thing, and nobody really mingles, and there's really no such thing as cliques. It's all individual mayhem, and it's the same way with the music.
I also think if like the local artists found a way to get together, you know what I'm saying, to get the money together, man. Niggas just gotta think, you know what I'm saying, come together. And
they would have to stick together, make their movement. They would have to build their team of DJs, because it's so bad that everybody wants to be a rapper. Nobody really wants to be a DJ.
I can't blame the artists or I can't blame the people, because you got to give the people something to rile up about. And at the same time, if you give them something to rile up about, if I give you something to rile up about it.
And I really feel like they can do it, but they just gotta be smart about it, bro. Cause like, you see it these days, man, rappers in their hoods, like they'll support you, but once you become so big, they turn against you.
I think eventually, somebody from the parish gonna get a major deal or maybe do their thing independently. You know what I'm saying? But niggas just gotta be smart and come up with a plan and execute that bitch.
It's possible, because see, it's easy right now. You got the internet, and then the music so dumbed down to where all you need is a simple hit, ready to go viral. Like it's like everything microwave now. It be hot for a minute, and then a month or two later, gone something else.
I think it's possible. Cause shit, if a nigga like me could get to that top step, shit, one of these niggas could damn sure push the door open. Like, it's very possible, cause you got a lot of talent in Ascension Parish. A lot of people don't even know that. Consistency and, just stepping out on faith and just going with your move. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people just be content with what's going on, you know what I'm saying?
New artists from the parish that I listen to.
SOE Kid, definitely.
E from our Buzzer Root. He doing his thing.
Teflon Tyron.
Shout out to my dog Yank. I'm a Yank fan, you heard me? groove in the stripper, you know what I'm saying?
Young, Greg the Goon,
DeVito Dorsey.
You know what I'm saying? I still listen to Big.
You know, Ascension Parish got a lot of talent, and I always be checking them out. I'm Buck. Everybody know they fuck with me, you know.
Today, it's easier than ever to be seen through social media and the different streaming services and apps that we use today. So much so that it's rare to see someone in the streets with flyers or something promoting themselves and their music.
What up with it? It's your boy Shaw Savage, the original Savage Boy, a.k.a. Bread Man Jr. Shit, I'm Hollis Tip, a.k.a. Trip A, you know what I'm saying? It's the dream.
I came around because I was knowing how to put shit together.
A nigga front door, message on the front post, say don't fuck with gun smoke.
I'm pulling for you, I'm praying for you. It hurts so bad. Cause you get so close. 20 years later, going to dog.
Shit piled up in the Impala, shit we bringing, it's hard to swallow. Nigga behind some chains, we all the chain like rock. I'm about that gangsta shit. You about that gangsta shit. Let's do some gangsta shit.
Let me just say this on the camera. Dog, I'm so proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you, what you accomplished. I'm proud of your vision. I'm proud of your vision, but you gon' see it go. I'm proud of your vision. I see what you're doing.
Boys ain't raw, nigga be a savage. Fucking with your bucking holler tip, we let you have it. We get it, ski mask to the rip up the track, bitch. Don't make me bang you up, nigga. Don't make me bang you up, nigga. Don't make me bang you up, nigga. Don't make me bang you up.
You niggas better hang it up, cause really we too dangerous. Niggas say we changing up the game, but we gaining bucks. Unzip it and swing your nuts, bitch, it ain't no taming us. You can feel the pain because them things we just banging bust. Roll a doobie, flame it up, bitch, I keep them steel flippers with me. Got felonies, but fuck it, bitch, I still keep it with me. Could kill niggas quickly with the 10 double milli. But really, I'm too sickly, so you ain't fucking with me. Silly, niggas got some trash can game. Come through with all that stunting, I'ma blast that thing. Pull back, then aim. More persimmon seed, nigga. When the bullets coming at you, what's on in the beam, nigga?
You boys ain't raw, nigga be a savage. Fucking with your bucking holler tip, we let you have it. We get it, ski